All right, next, let's talk a little bit about, are you ready to build a resilient enterprise? So with that, we'll move on. We'll start first with our 4 risk perspectives again. You can see them now on the screen. They're displayed on what we call a 2x2 graph, and I'll go through the graph again. On the left-hand side, the y-axis is risk appetite from low to high. On the x-axis is risk frontier, or the strategies that we just talked about. You can see them from left to right: loss control, risk steering, diversifying, and risk acceptance. So essentially what we do is we plot Venn diagrams, for lack of a better term. We plot the 4 perspectives onto the 2x2 matrix to give you a sense of where these 4 different perspectives tend to operate within this context of a risk frontier. All right. So essentially, we do this to answer the first of 3 questions, and that is, who are you? That's what this attempts to answer. The question of who are you from a company, culture, risk appetite point of view. Again, remember, there's no right or wrong answer, but it does answer the question on the right-hand side of the slide, and that is, who are you? All right? Good. All right, that's our first of 3 slides. The next slide. This is our resilient enterprise maturity model, or what we call the long haul model. All right. Again, on the left-hand side, the y-axis of the model has enterprise risk maturity from low to high. On the x-axis, it has competitive advantage over time from 0 to infinity. All right. What you see in the chart is 4 stages. We've put these together researching our book. The book is driven around these 4 stages. They are visibility, predictability, resiliency, and sustainability. And I'll give you a quick thumbnail sketch of each one. Down the bottom is visibility. That basically is, do you have visibility upstream to your supply base and downstream to your customers? Why is visibility first? Because what you don't know about your supply chain can and will hurt you. Second, predictability. It's probably not what you're thinking. Predictability, in our viewpoint, is the ability to digitize your supply chains in a model, then run what-if scenarios, sometimes called sense and respond, to run what-if scenarios to essentially see and witness how your supply chain will react to certain stimuli, for instance, the coronavirus. That's what we mean by predictability. Third is resiliency. These are all tools, techniques, and tactics. We have hundreds of them to mitigate risk. You embed those tools, techniques, and tactics into your supply chain business. And then finally is sustainability. Again, may not be what you're thinking. It's not go green. Sustainability in this context is sustaining this journey which you see across your entire enterprise, embedding all the tools, techniques, and methodologies in your basic business supply chain decision making. That's the 4 stages. Our mantra at the top, you'll hear us say that constantly: identify, assess, mitigate, and manage your risks. On the bottom of the chart, we talk about a focus of commitment to transformation. We think that's what this is. And what we also like to do, because we're in the risk business, is to superimpose a heat map on the model. Basically, you see that if you have poor visibility, you do not have good visibility, we think your supply chain's got some high risk. As you move up the maturity model, we would say you probably will move into medium risk. And as you really mature into this model, we would advocate that you'll have low risk, much lower than perhaps your nearest competitor, all right? And so this answers the second question is, where are you on the journey? And then the last slide is basically what we call a resilient enterprise maturity model, but from an agility point of view. This is an agile organizational health index. This was done in 2019, again, coming from McKinsey and Company. Essentially, it is, you can see the elements of the agility index on the left, but we'll talk more about what the graph says. On the left-hand side, the y-axis again, a different type of data, and that is what's called the speed index, from weak on the bottom to strong on the top. On the x-axis is what they call stability index, from weak to strong. And then let's go around from top left to top right and talk real quick. Up on the top left, you have, quote unquote, the startup arena. What does that indicate? High speed, low stability. Down on the bottom left, you have the area called trapped. What does that mean? You have low speed and you have low stability. All right, weak stability. On the bottom right, the bureaucratic area. All right, what does that mean? Lower weak speed index and a very strong stability index. And then finally on the top right, you have agile, all right? And what does that indicate? Very strong speed index and a very strong stability as well. So this model answers the third question, which is, are you ready for risk management and change management? So we tried to give you a sense of visually, who are you, where are you, and are you ready?